Hello. Sorry, I'm late because the reason why I'm late is that because we have a speaker training session and there are some miscommunications. So I have to cover that session, which is out of expectation. That's why I was like borrowing like a few minutes just to settle down over there and then come back here. Okay, so and the light is horrible again, and my background is really crazy. I think we'll just bear with it because I think there's no point fixing it right now. And we are going to play with Flask today, and so yeah, let's get excited about it. And yeah, let's see. I'm really bright right now. Like I got the new light, but this one is a super powerful beast, and this is the lowest setting, but it's still super bright for some reason. So, yeah. So I know that is like it's very strange wash on my face, but yeah. That's it. So okay. There is like Flask here, and so this is my first. Well, it's not my first time using Flask. Actually, I've tried to use it a little bit before with some data science project, try to deploy my model and things like that. So I've used it a little bit before, a few years ago. So it has been a long time, and at that time I was not sure what I'm doing. I just like everybody else, I just Google how to do this, and then someone posted a bunch of code on GitHub that okay, I would just borrow it and learn from it and use it. So I'm not sure what it is about. So yeah, so we got to learn it together today, and we will get a better idea. So let me first of all zoom in so it's not too small. Um, yeah, my logo is covering things again. I just got to remove it, I think. Yeah, I just got to put it there for a little bit because things on the internet could be a little bit strange, so I want to put my logo everywhere. Because I copy other people's code. Like, well, you can copy all my code. I think on GitHub I have put a Creative Commons license there, but you never know. So even my face is here. Okay. So first of all, I think what we can do is that we could start with. Oops, yeah, the streaming is a little bit weird. Yeah, I think my computer is just super overworked recently because we are organizing the conference and there are lots of things to do. So bear with me, bear with me. And yeah, my my browser got frozen actually. So please bear with me, and hopefully I can move. Okay, right. Okay, it's slowly moving. Um, yeah, things would get better after the Pajamas Con, which is next week. I will give you more details at the end. But yeah, things has just got crazy for me right now. It's less than a week to the conference, so we are like really hype up. So it's same as my computer. Okay, so it's a little bit finicky. Okay, so yeah, so Flask. Well, there's a lot of debate about Flask on the internet or among the Python community, whether you should use Flask or Django. We have already played around with Django a bit. It's a very all-rounded, fully, you can do anything with it. It's all there. It got all the tools that you need. At least most of the people need. Flask, on the other hand, I think is kind of going on the other side of the spectrum. Flask is more like very easy to use, very lightweight, very small, and so it's different from Django. Django is that everything is so structured. You have to go to the right file and then add the correct view, add the correct model there. But Flask is more like you just add decorators, and that's super simple. So yeah, so it said that it's like a micro framework, I think. That's why it mentioned here. Installation, that's very important. That's what we're going to do now. Python version, I think I got the right version for it, hopefully. WSG, I think, and markup save, yeah, all this like saying why you should use it. Virtual environment, it suggests you use and well, I think it's because it's the default one, right? Everybody should got it when they have Python, but we gotta do our own thing, so we don't have to worry about that. Install Flask, so that's what I'm gonna do now. It's so interesting, it's a capital F. Yeah, so let me, everything is so small, I don't know why it's capital, like maybe I zoom out on the browser and it affects it. Okay, fine. New terminal. Right. Yeah. Oh, I realized that the chat room in Twitch has changed as well. It's very interesting. Yeah, I found that I'm very laggy for some reason. Yeah, I'm not losing frame. I think it's my computer. Sorry about that. Right. Okay, Flask is installed, and now we are going to leave on the edge. Yeah, like you can view it yourself. That's what it does. VM, I have it, so I'm using it. Thank you. Okay, so that's that. And yeah, so we have install Flask. It's very easy. It's like compared to Django, which you have to start the project and everything. So now I'm like good to go. So and next thing that we want to do is that maybe we want to have a quick start on how to use it. So hopefully there will be some example for us to play with. Yes, so you just use it after you have installed it. You just use it, so it's much easier compared to Django. And then we can just run this one from Flask, import Flask, blah blah blah. Yeah, you can see that this is very similar to Flask API that we have played with last week. It's just everything is just decorator. It's like super similar. Yeah, so that's why like last week I think someone said that, oh, it's like Flask. Yeah, it's like Flask. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna create a new text file like we always do. Let's call this main.py. I don't know, I'm so bad with naming. Maybe I'll regret it afterward. But yeah, let's do this. So let's save. Always forget to save. Yeah, so you just add the decorator and hello world, it will just return hello world. And then this actually runs at the root. So if it's got running, then we should be just able to access it. Yeah, so you have to, import Flask and then just put it as app so you can use the decorator in it. Yeah, I hope this is big enough for you. It may be a little bit too small still. I will zoom in a little bit more so it's better. Yep. Okay, so what's the next step? Let's look at the documentation. And maybe I'll zoom in a little bit more here as well. Right, so it's just explain it, and oh, it's called hello.py. Okay, that's fine. We call it main.py, or something similar. Yeah, maybe I'll rename it because I'm just a bit, yeah, I'm a bit worried because funny thing could happen. So hopefully that's fine. We can open it and check. Yeah, it's working fine. Sorry, my nose is itching. I don't know why. Okay, so yeah, don't call it Flask.py because Flask.py basically is the is something that you would, yeah, it will conflict itself. So don't call it Flask.py because remember we have import Flask from Flask import Flask. So yeah, so don't you call it Flask.py. So we can either use the Flask command or use the Python's -am to call this script. So yeah, so this is okay. So we have to make sure that it works with Flask app. So environment variable. So we have to set an environment variable Flask app equals to hello.py. So when we when we run it, then Flask know when we run Flask, then Flask know that the app that is running is this hello.py. So you can switch between different apps. So just change this file. So it will just call the Flask app the environment variable. So you can change it whatever you like. Yeah, you can use Flask run. So it's like really, it's more, or you can do the Python -am. It just makes sure that you're using the Python version that you're currently using. So yeah, it's just a beginner's hack that makes sure that everything works fine. So what I gotta do now is I would export this environment variable so I can use it. So I'll go to my environment variable here. It's a little bit messy, but that's okay. So we have exported. So hopefully it will work. So let's try Flask run. And yep, it's now running. And yeah, so it's just said that, you know, it's don't do it in production. That's fine. We're just playing around, and I gotta have a look. So yeah, just say hello world. So it's like super easy compared to Django. Remember Django, we have to initialize the project, and then, well, if even if we build a hello world app, remember we have to go inside and change things like calling different module and things like that. Flask is just super simple, like especially, so that's why it's loved by lots of data scientists, that they want to quickly deploy this thing so they could run some application, or like, you know, just run some script that's like super easy, some interactive script maybe. Yeah, okay, so let's have a look of what else we could do. Yeah, so it runs on 5,000, so I think every framework just have their own default, so that's fine. Let's host, yeah, so we are running on 127.0.0.1, which is localhost. You can change it, but I won't do this now because I don't want to, you know, change the host to 000. Yeah, so this is some like troubleshooting. If it doesn't start, then of course, like version, we have to use the python-m. Also, like, make sure your environment variable is set correctly. Also, you can enter debug mode that you could debug. So yeah, so if we set the flag and environment variables to, so like yeah, so if it's debug equals to 1, then it would just enter into debug mode. So yeah, so it will be like this. So you can see all this thing. I think if we run on here, we could also see. I think if we run on terminal, we can also see some kind of output here. But I think if you really want to see the Python error, you have to use debug mode. Routing. Okay, so there's something that we could try. So now we are, you know, running just at the root of the localhost 5,000. But we could have another one. So we have index page on the root, and then we could have hello, and then it will be our hello world. So we can switch things up. And so it's similar to setting different paths in Django. Remember, I hope you remember what we did with Django 2 weeks ago. But yeah, and then you will see the difference between these two, like how simple and easy Flask is. I know that for people who are like, yeah, like I'm not a web developer, for me, I would love this one. But Django got its, of course, got its advantage that if you're properly deploying some app, of course, maybe you want things to be more structured, and maybe Django will be your choice. Okay, so we have switched things up. Let's see what our terminal is saying. Let's see if this one changed, okay? Yeah, maybe we have to do a little bit restart. So let's restart it. And so I did save, right? Yeah. So let's do a restart. Maybe that would work. So let's stop this one and start again. Okay. So yeah, debug mode off, you can see that. But if we change the flag of the environment variable, then it would be debug mode on. So everything is on environment variable. Well, it's very simple, but you know, if you forgot to change it, then there will be some problem. But that's fine. This should be index page. Come on. Yeah, index page now. And if I change to hello world, I know the bar is like very small. Maybe you won't be able to see it, but that's fine. I'm now in the hello world. Yeah, in the hello world, you know. Sorry. Oh. So it's like I'm just putting /hello at the address bar, and then it would change to hello world. So that's the change. And then yeah, also remember in Django we can actually, for example, we can have page 1, page 2, page 3, or we can have, oh yeah, it's very okay. That's the background there. It's very interesting. It looks like there's something behind me. Yeah, so remember we can have page 1, page 2, page 3, or question 1, question 2, question 3. So those are like kind of like a dynamic routing, so variable routing. So we could do the similar thing here as well. So again, this looked really like Fast API that we played with last week, but the principle that, you know, is kind of doing the same thing as Django. So we are kind of like, I feel like it's like marrying like the Django and the Fast API that we have did before, and I think that like I didn't plan it. It's just like by chance, so I'm surprised. Also, we have this like markup save escape because yeah, because the subpath thing, we have to escape the subpath because, you know, well, we are putting a subpath into a path. So sometimes, you know, there are things inside that's not path safe, for example, the slash and things. So that's why we use this markup save escape. You will see how it works in a bit. So yeah, so let me change this up, and then we could yeah, then we can change it so you will see that what it is doing. So let me put this here. I think I don't want to overwrite. Yeah, I don't want to overwrite this. Well, this is not very this is not linted, so that's why it's a bit messy, but that's okay. And now you can see that we can put user and then put the username. It will just show the username here, or we can have different post or page. So it's like pagination, and then path, you can put in a path there, and then of course it's escape. So hopefully the path won't go crazy. So yeah, let's see what it does now. So again, we have to restart it like we have done it before, and yeah, so it should be running right now. And then if I now put user here, check. Oh, hello. Okay. Yep. So now it's like user check. Oh, can I do capitalize? I just wonder. Oh, yep. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's loading. Okay, a few seconds. Sorry, like I said, my computer is overworked, so it's a little bit crazy. It's not the frame rate. It's the, yeah. Okay, capitalize is still fine. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is fine as well. So maybe someone is also got check. Well, my sister is also got check. So yeah, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because there's so many people got checked in this world. And let's see if we can. Yeah, we can also put in numbers. And what else? We can do the pagination, so we can put post. Sorry, it's really slow. I don't like it, but it's fine. I will survive. Post, sorry, post. Let's say post 5, the 5th post, and hopefully it will work. Yeah. Oh, not found, really. Let me double check. Oh my god, my browser is just like going super slow right now. I'm sorry. I'll just talk more. I hope you like it. If you want me to shush up, then sorry. I'm not going to. Post, and then you put in the post ID. Maybe I put in something wrong. Why is it 404? Oh, I forgot to delete the user, of course. And it's not path safe. You can see that, because like if I escape from the path, then of course like user will be post /5, which is what I put in after user, but it's not. So no, so it gives me an error. But now if I do like post 5, then yeah, it's post 5. So let me show you what does it mean by path safe, like escape from the path. So if I put path here, so for example, if I put path and check, it will work, of course, and the subpath is check, right? But how about check / document, right? So so remember, like before, when we put in user and then /post /5, it give me a 404. But now I put in check / document. Then yeah, then now the slash is recognized is because we have escaped from it. If I put in user here instead of path, then it would just give me a 404 because it sees that, okay, user is checked, but there's another subpath which is document, and then, well, there's something wrong with it. I can't find the thing in the hello.py. Well, yeah, it's not, because we haven't escaped it here in the user. We have only escaped it here in the path. So only the path will take whatever behind as a subpath, okay? Right, so that's that. And which is super cool. And then yeah, you can have other things, you know, well, integer, float, point, which is decimal integers, and then path, which like we can accept slashes. And then UUID, well, it's like a UUID string is another topic that I don't want to spend time talking about. That's fine. You can research it if you want to. So, project number. Oh, so yeah, if I put in a slash and if I don't put in a slash, what's the difference? So this explains it a little bit. Then yeah, so it's like a file system if you put the slash at the end. And yeah, so there's some like kind of URL redirecting thing involved. So if you access the URL without this, so for example, you put in slash projects and then without the slash, and then it will go to the canonical URL with this slash here. But about, because it does not have a slash, then if you put a slash at the end, it will just go to a 404. So basically, putting a slash at the end, you could accept both with or without a slash. But if you don't put a slash at the end, then you won't accept the slash. So a slash is more straight, I think. Yeah. So avoiding the same. Yeah. So there's some advantage and disadvantage of it. I think if you use it more, then you will have a feeling of what you should do. URL building, there's like URL4 that's there, so let's look at the example. I always skip the explanation. That's fine. I wonder whether I could put query in there just like Flask API, but we'll do it step by step. We'll just have to play with this URL4 here, request context. What is this? So let's have a play. So this time I can replace the whole thing. And then yeah, so I guess that you would have you know, login with or without the slash or something like that in profile. So let's play. Yeah, so save, restart, right, restart, and then it's running now. Okay, so now we have these. So if we go back to our root, so this is the root here I'm putting, so it's index, it is like what you're expecting. And then we could have, so what's the other one, we could have login. So let's try login. Okay, without the slash. So yeah, it will just go to login. So with the slash, it will be not found. And yeah, because like you see here, yeah, login, there's no slash here, right? So if you put the slash at the end, it won't work. Okay, unless I put the slash here, then it will work. Okay, but yeah, let's stick with this. And then this next thing means that I could put in a query here. So it's just like this. So I can put in something. So I would just try this. So %2f, I think is a space for some reason. I don't know why it's like that, but we will see. Right, next equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that work? Yeah, so it's kind of locked in, but how about the %2f thing? Yeah, I think it's just like we are not using it right now, I think. Right, so let's see. Yeah, we haven't like really explored and used this, I think. But if we go to the user, John Doe, then we should see John Doe's profile. Let's see. Right. Yep, John Doe's profile. Can I put something else here? Can I put check here? Yep, check also work. Yeah, so that's it. So I think the thing is that username got escape. Yeah, I think here we used to Flask that as yeah, so Sorry, I'm reading this. Reversing function. I don't see the point of doing this yet, so I'm reading it. General always absolute. Yeah, I only see the only difference is that with next we can do something like almost like a query thing, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe when we move forward, we'll see what is it doing. Or if you know, type in the chat and let me know what's going on. Right. So here we have post and get. We are now like their friend because we have done the Flask API, and this is like what we do with URL and request and things like that. So we can also do that with Flask, and so we can have login, and then we'll post, and then so we should have like two functions that do the login thing and they show the login form here. I'm not testing it because it won't work because we haven't have that yet. It's just showing that you could do things like that. And static file, so I think this is URL4 is going to be useful because now I can put in a file. So you could go to static and then styles.css. This is super useful, I think, if you have a local file. If you have, for example, can I? Okay, let me think. Yeah, like for example, if you have a CSV that you have to load in or something, then maybe that would be very useful. Template, we can also do template just like Django, because otherwise nobody will use Flask, because I really love the template in Django. So it's gonna work for similar. It's also used Jinja too, so the template syntax is going to be the same. Yeah, so we have hello.html, and then we could put them in template. And then we can put the hello.html here. So we got to build this a module or a package. We don't do a package right now. We're just testing it in my computer. So I will just do this simple structure here. We have application.py, which is our hello.py. So we just add hello.html in our template. So let's do this. So we would go here and create the template, new folder. And then rename it. I think there's an S hit there. I hope I spelled it correctly. It's it's the demon that I've been fighting all my life, spelling mistakes. And it's getting worse because I use Grammarly and I rely on the computer, so my spelling is getting worse and worse, which is horrible. Yeah, I feel like I'm better in speaking in English because I moved to a country that everybody speaks English. But I am worse in spelling because of this technology, kind of convenience. So, oh, yeah, and also my typing is not good as well. Right, save, and then no, hopefully save. Or yeah, there's a little glitch with Jupyter Notebook that it won't save if you change the name of it. So right, and then templates, yes, hello.html, we have it. Okay, now we can use this render template thing. Yeah, so I will put this in the hello.py, hopefully it will work, and save, and then let's see. Yep, so can we try that now? Markup strong, hello. This is for other thing. Okay, let's give it a go. Right, so Flask will run. Oh, app is not defined. Oh, I've deleted too much. Right, okay, so I gotta take you out and then do a reverse. So I have this. I think what I would do is I just add you here. Because all this roots doesn't really, or maybe test app request need to add that in as well. So oh, this is, oh, I see. Yeah, so this is just printing the URL for it, so we will see it here. So that's why we have that magic thing here. I totally overlooked it, sorry. I feel so dumb now. So yeah, I just print out all this root here so we could easily use it when we run it. It's not a bad idea. Actually, I would do the same for hello. Yes, I will do the same for hello. So I will have a hint about what I can do with hello. So even though it's very weird, put it in front of the index, but it's fine. Right. So let's try this again, shall we? So let's do this, and yep, we have hello, and it doesn't matter whether you put the slash at the end, it will still work. So I'll put in hello here. It should render my, oh, sorry, I put a double slash. Oh, it still work, good. So yeah, hello world is rendered from this template, so you can see that. Yeah, so it's not without the name, so it'll be hello world. So how about I put in the name, which is, so according to our file, not here, according to our file, the username will be the name after slash user. So no, sorry, not here. Yeah, after hello slash, that will be the name. So I could hello and then slash Chuck. Then it should say hello Chuck. Yay, magic! It's really cool. Like, I think, again, like my 14-year-old self will be super impressed. It's like, oh my god, it's like magic, and I would fall in love with it. And then I would be a web designer. Oh no, web developer. Sorry. Yeah. So, and then what else can we do? It's very interesting, is it? And it's super simple. It's, yeah, I kind of, I really like it. I know that I say it every time, but and then and same, like I don't know enough to choose whether I would like Django more or Flask more, because I have basically almost close to none web developing experience. So I'll have to use both of them extensively to choose. But so far, Flask is very cute and simple and easy. Yeah. So markup class. So yeah, so well, for markup save, we have another thing called markup. So what this does is that you can put all this crazy kind of HTML markup thing here that's like basically making this strong, which is making this bold. And then you put in hacker there with the blank, so it will be like crazy. So yeah, so but it's just like this. But I think, yeah, I don't know why they're using this. Maybe they want to escape a lot of things. Yeah, well, just crazy here. Okay, so yeah, let's do this a try. Introduction of how markup class work, and yeah, I can't use it. Where should I use it in? Head over. Maybe I using it. I don't think it's using in the HTML page. It's a little bit weird, is it? But yeah, basically this is generating a string. This is like this, and then I think, yeah, this blank will become a string. That is, so all these, because the thing with HTML is that all these like black bracket blank, it will be rendered as the styling hacker. Okay. But if you put it like here, markup save, it would just make this bigger, like larger than or less than, which is this kind of, it's not a square bracket, I don't know what it is, like it's a tag bracket, that it becomes it will escape it. So like it will print out this as is as the text rather than hacker with the blank blank. Yeah, so this is what escape is doing. So yeah, markup dot escape. So if you put it in like this, so it will be treated as a string and it will automatically escape it for you. And then strip tags, which means that, you know, it will just remove all this HTML tag. Yeah, so this is just showing that what this markup magic is doing. I think it will be handy when you, for example, it would be very handy if you build a blog for, you know, teaching people how to code, how to write HTML. Then you have a lot of this thing, right? You want to show the code with a lot of HTML tag, which you want to show it as is, but not rendered by the HTML as is an actual HTML. So you want to escape it, so you can use markup for it. Okay, there are request data as well. It's like a bunch of stuff, and then get test request contact, so we can also test it. So it's kind of like fast API here now. Yeah, I'm skimming through it because I don't want to make this super long, and I really want to end my streaming at 3. I know that it's a little bit shorter today. Sorry about that. I was also, I have to put on my organizer's hat a lot recently because, like I said, conference is less than a week away. I'm super excited. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I just need some time to take a break because it's Sunday, and I really appreciate you being here with me as well. I enjoy this little time on Sundays, kind of make my day, but still I want some time to be going out, go have a walk in the park and just relax, and because I sit in front of the computer a lot. So yeah, okay, back to the Flask. So I think we have a good look at what Flask is doing, and now let's play with this post and get thing with our login. So like, yeah, I think so I'll just try before I explain it, like, because I don't really know what it's doing, but I'm a person that do things by trying. So I would, after I tried it, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Because yeah. Right, okay, so let's put it in login, right? So okay, learn from my mistake. I'll just put it here, and then maybe this login is not needed, so I will just comment it out instead of deleting it. And yeah, we'll see that login now. Then we would have a post method and a get method. So well, there's a request a form. Interesting. So, and then there's a render template, login.html. We don't have that template. What should we do? Let me have a look. Can you give me a template? Can you give me a template? Right. Do we have a template? Yeah, so this is just showing that we have hello and then, hello and then post. But do we have a template, please? Yeah, I don't like this tutorial. It doesn't give me the template. How can I demonstrate it? Okay. Yeah, because like there should be a form inside the template, but it doesn't show me, so it doesn't have any. But form attribute. Yeah, I think what this is doing is that yeah, you can have the key value just like fast API that we can pass in the request and things like that. But it should be, rendering the form here. So what it does, it should be like rendering template. Yep. That's with the login.html, and then they should render the form, which is in there. And then after that, you can have a post method. But we don't have any now, so I can't demonstrate it. Yeah, maybe I should find a better tutorial. We'll see. If I feel like doing this again next week, I will find a more complete tutorial and do like build a Flask app like from scratch or something. So we'll just have an overview today, and we'll see what I feel like next week. I don't promise anything, or maybe next week I need a break actually, so it will be the week after next, because next week we have Pyjamas Con. So after 24 hours, I definitely sure need to take a break on Sunday. So, and also I will be giving a talk at PyCon Hyderabad. Yeah, I will show you later. Like, you can also see me there as well. So yeah, I gotta take a break from streaming next Sunday. So I'm so random today. Sorry about that. Okay, let's have a look. So all these things are post and get, which I can't show you right now. Sorry about that. Cookies. It could also get the item, the variable from the cookie, which is super cool. And then you can store the cookie and ask for the cookie. It will be super useful when you have an app. For example, if someone log in, and then if they choose to, they can save their login information with you. So when they open a new tab or something, they don't have to log in every time. Or you can store their preference. For example, they have agree on the cookie setting, and then you activate the cookie, and then you can use the cookie, and then you can save that setting in the cookie, or anything else. Like, well, it's like, I think cookie now is well known to be used to track people's traffic information. So like some big company can analyze that and be a very super cool AI app. But yeah, that's another topic. Redirecting. So this is more easily understand because now we have. So it can redirect people from slash to login. So whenever people just if they just put in like I did before localhost 5,000 without putting login as the subpath, it would just go to login because it redirect for it. So this is very straightforward. I think it doesn't need too much explanation. Error handler, so we can have a 404 page. So if it's 404, we can have our own 404 HTML. So for example, in my website, it's not built with Flask, my website, but I can show you a little bit what do I mean by that. So check.dev, if I put in some rubbish here, basically it would go to a 404. Yeah, so my 404 is a dancing bear. So you can have something like that with Flask as well. You can have a default 404 that instead of very boring like what we had before, that is like 404 not found. So for example here, if I put in some rubbish here, that you will see is a 404 not found. So this is super boring. So if you want to be more fun with your 404, you could absolutely do that. So yeah, you can absolutely do that. You can have a dancing bear like I did. And my browser is also hanging here. Oh no! Come on. Sorry, I think I abused my dancing bear too much and it's not happy right now. Yeah. So yeah. By the way, bear is my favorite. One of my favorite animal. I can't really pick. I have so many favorite animal in my life. I would love to have a dog, but I didn't grow up with a pet. Well, I grew up with some hamster, but like I didn't have a pet like a dog or cat. So I really wish to have a dog, but I'm just not confident enough to raise a dog by myself. So in the future, if I have a family, I may have a family dog. So yeah, that's another topic. Just like, yeah, I talk a lot when my browser's loading. Okay, so yeah, so one of my favorite animal is a dancing bear, or not a dancing bear, but a bear in general. I used to have a plush toy that is a polar bear when I was in uni, and I really loved that polar bear. I got it from America, in Las Vegas, I think. Yeah, and then well, now it's kind of in my childhood home. I put it in a plastic bag and everything, but like, and then now in the UK, I got a teddy bear. It's like a big one, so I really love my teddy bear. So that's why. Yeah, so yeah, I love teddy bear. Okay. Anyways, let's go back to Flask. I talk too much. So responses, well, error handler, we've done that. So usually 200 means is it okay thing. So it's kind of like, I think I didn't talk about it in Fast API. So in when you send an API, so it's like a request, for example, if you get back a response that's 200, it means that everything's okay, and then usually it come with the 200, there will be some result, and then it will be usually in a JSON format, so you can use Jsonify to do that, and yeah, so that's something you could do. What's the difference here? So okay, there's a header, and then there's okay, yeah. So this is another for handler. It will return, yeah, return something instead of an HTML, I think. Yeah, we'll also return a value for the 404, along with the error template. So API with JSON, like I said, you could actually return a JSON, like or a dictionary if it's in Python. So yeah, it would just return a JSON format and user to .to.json. Yeah, so this is kind of like you're rendering a list here. So if you want to put it in as a JSON format, you can use Jsonify, which is super convenient. I think it's included in, is it in Flask or is it in, yeah, it doesn't tell me where it is. So render template is in Flask, but yeah, Jsonify, I don't know where it came from. It doesn't tell me. Yeah. I think it's either from Flask or is it from markup? I think it's from Flask. Yeah. sections. So okay, so yeah, this is a section, so it would be storing the login information until it log out. So yeah, so it's getting more and more complicated. You can see here there's a secret key, and then yeah, you have to set it up a section, username. So section here. Where does okay? So username in section. So, but where does this? Okay, the sections come from Flask, and redirect request. All these come from Flask. So I assume that Jsonify also come from Flask. But I may be wrong. So section is in Flask, and then you can see if username is in. So it's basically you can put in a username here just like it's a dictionary. I think it's kind of a dictionary that well is of course got some default thing inside, but you can put in extra thing like username. You can put that in here, and then people get logged in, and then it would just like store it in the section, and then you can pop it out again. If someone log out, then you pop it out so it won't be in the section again. So yeah, section is so section is something that you could kind of save something in the app. So it will be there kind of persisting unless someone log out. But you need a secret key for that, I think. So you have to generate a secret key. You can generate a secret key using some Flask command. Or you could use, secret key you can generate with your OS kind of thing. You can use this US. So yeah, there's something in the standard library OS. Oh, you don't understand the get and the post request. Yeah, sorry, I skipped over it because I really can't demonstrate it. So it's kind of like a fast API that we talked last week. So sometimes you put in the URL, the URL address there. So actually it is also kind of it's a request. Okay, so all the URL address that you URL that you put in the address bar is actually a request. So most of the time when you browse a website, the address you put in actually the response for the request is that it will show an HTML page. So for example, you're seeing this page right now, but sometimes if you do web development, so there are more things going on in the back scene. So if you send in that request, it may do something. For example, it may store. You can have some variable in there. So it may store in, for example, here in the section, or you can store it in a database like we did with Django. We have a database like MySQL running, so it will store there, and then so you can use that information after. So yeah, there are two requests. So post usually is like you would do some updates to or added some information to your database. Get is that we're just retrieving some information. So yeah, that's post and get in a nutshell. Sorry, if I didn't explain it very well. I think I assume that you have some knowledge about it. I don't know very well as well. Like I said, I'm not a web developer. I'm learning with you, so this is what I understand it. I hope it's correct. If not, someone correct me, please. But here you can see that in the sections, that's why we have this post and get. So when we post, we update this section. So this section actually will act like a database in the backend. But since Flask is aimed for convenience, so we don't have to, like Django, have a SQLite, that's going on there. It's just hiding in the background. So it's kind of, you use it just like a Python dictionary. So you call in a section, and then the section you can, we can put in a new variable there. It's called username, and then the username actually is from the request, is from the post. So someone, if they, so they should have a form, right? They should have a form when they come in to if they come in to log in. So if they are already logged in, then you can show their name. Otherwise, they're not logged in. They have to go to log in, and then they should actually, they should actually come in here. So there's a form. So this HTML is just having a form. So they would have something to fill in, the username, and they will get stored in the section. and then like it will get redirected. So after you log in, remember, after you have, so when you have a form, so maybe I can run this to show, because this is not a template. So yeah, so when you click, okay, let me try to run this to see if this work, and then maybe I can better explain it. That's why I like learning by doing it, because then I can then I can explain it with the example. So let's talk about this, and then we can end. Yeah, so you can see all this get thing, right? So this is basically whenever I put in a URL there, so actually it's a get request. Okay, so basically you're making a lot of requests. Oh yeah, this is second time. Welcome. I love new people. So yeah, every time actually you go to a website, actually you're making a get request, and most of the time, if it's not something super fancy, you just see a page. Okay, so now we have refresh it, and then let's see if we can go to the login. So yeah, I'm not logged in, so what I gotta do is that I go to log in here. Then I should have a form. Yes, I have a form, and I put in my username. So I put in, let's say, Chuck. If I click the login, it's actually a post request when I click the login here. So if you click the login, and then what happened is that now I'm logged in as Chuck. So I will show you the code, and you will see what happened. So I click, the login. So I make a post request, and then from the post request, I will submit this value in this text box here. Okay, so I will submit the username, okay, into login. So now, because I call that, I need to get the username from this form. So remember, the username is what we put in. I put in Chuck. So now username is Chuck, and then Chuck will be stored in the section. So now, when I redirect, when I go to, so it said that redirect to index, right? So redirect to here. So now, instead of I'm not logged in, because I have the username in the section, so I'll be logged in as Chuck. Okay. So now, like, no matter how much I refresh it, I keep refreshing it now. So you can't see, but I'm clicking the button like crazy, or I can go to a crazy 404 page and then come back. Okay, I go to the 404 page, and then I come back here. I'm still Chuck, right? Because the section has an end. The section is there persisting, okay? So it won't got lost after you leave the page. So how do I log out? Well, remember we have the logout thing, right? I think it's like this. So yeah, now after I've typed logout, now I'm back to I'm not logged in, because we look at here. So if I type logout, what it would do is that it will pop out the username, so there's no username here anymore, and then it will redirect to index. Since now I don't have a username, so I would go back to you're not logged in. So I hope this is clear for everybody, and thanks for asking the question. I love taking questions. So let's see what we have left, and then I will just quickly wrap up, and then maybe not next week, because next week I am going to take a break, but we would continue hopefully, and I would maybe have more example, a better tutorial to show you. So logging, so this is just like a way to store your error message for debugging, that you can have a look. And then WSGI, this is something that I'm not familiar with, so there's no point for me talking about something that I'm not familiar with and give you wrong information. You can have a look yourself. Flask extension, so you can use it with SQL. It's very common to have a database at the back end of your website. So the most common and most simple ones are the SQL database. So that's why it works with SQL. Alchemy, you can deploy it to the web server. So that would be next chapter, which I'm not going through. Hopefully next time we can continue, or I think Flask maybe is worth another section. So about next week. So next week I have two things going on in my life. So I have pajamas.live here. That it will be a 24 hours conference starting. I'm talking about UTC. I'm based in UK, so very convenient for me. But is this conference aimed for everybody in the world? So we use UTC for the time. So it will be next Saturday. It start from UTC at 8 a.m. to Sunday the 6th. So wow, a lot of talks, and 6 is it go all the way to 8 a.m. the next day. So it's a 24-hour conference and it's completely free. Okay, so you can see this, like we have so many talks here and so many nice speaker here. A lot of them are quite well known in the community. They're like, their talks are amazing. So please just grab your ticket. It's free. Why not? So you just go to pajamas.live. So just pajamas, like your pajamas .live, and yeah, maybe I should make a little banner in my stream, or if you go to yeah, just type pajamas.live. I don't know what else to tell you. But you click schedule, you can see all the talks. You can click on register ticket, and then you will go to this page that you can register ticket for free. Of course, we recommend you to donate. It's 100% community run, which means that well, we're not pay, okay, and also we are not we have sponsors. We have Microsoft, thank you Microsoft, to sponsor us, so all the expenditure actually is used from the sponsors, like the sponsor that we get. So we are not using any of your money. Your money will be donated to a Python community for sure. So what else? So another thing, so that is a very exciting conference I'm organizing, and you're preparing talks. Yay! Okay, so PyCon. Yeah, it's a bit slow. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm speaking there. So it's actually happening in the same time as pajamas. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. But the thing is that they run in an India time zone, so there's a little bit of overlap. It's not 100% overlapping. So I think you have to buy a ticket to be there. And they also got amazing speakers. Of course, it's just different style, you know. I'm one of the speaker here on the second day. So yeah, so can I go to the second day here? I forgot how to play with this. Oh yeah, here. So I'm speaking here on Sunday. So if you want to see my talk, you can join them as well. So Sunday, like this time, you know, pajamas already ended. So if you want 2 days of conference, then you can you can stay up for. So yeah, all the talks will be recorded. It will be streamed on it will be streamed on YouTube, so you can come back and watch it anytime. But if you get a ticket, the perk of getting a ticket is that you can join our amazing Discord community. So we have set up a Discord for people to hang out there during the talk, have fruitful discussion, or we may do something spontaneous throughout the day. You don't know, maybe suddenly someone want to open a bird of a feather section, or we want to have some discussion, or we could do something even not Python related. I remember in EuroPython someone give a mate workshop which is fun. Maybe I can give a cheesecake workshop. I love making cheesecake nowadays. I just had the cheesecake for breakfast, don't blame me. But I'm getting fat now. So yeah, so there's a lot of things going on next week. So yeah, so I'm not I'm not doing the stream next week. I would do it the week after. So hopefully I will see you there. Hopefully I will continue Flask. I think I can't promise 100%, but I think that I really like to continue my Flask journey because I really like it. So sorry that I'm not explaining things too well today. I'm super busy right now because of the conference, but yeah, hopefully next week it will be, not next week, hopefully next time it will be much better. And I will see you all. Thank you so much for joining me in the chat today, and I will see you all very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day and next week, and I'll see you hopefully in PyjamasCon. Okay, bye.